Hello everyone. Well, today I've got a vintage but new Electrolux vacuum cleaner to unbox for you. This is an Airstream 1000 Varipower. It has twin fan, it's got ESP, no, not extra sensory perception, but extra suction power. What else has it got? Let's have a look. It's got a 1000 watt twin fan motor, all accessories built in, ready for use, variable height adjustment, gentle brush roll grooming action, extra long 9-meter cable, that's good, 9-meter cable, variable power control, high filtration, retains 99.99%. Retains, it doesn't say percentage of what, I assume that's dust. Oh, it says it underneath, Roger, look of collected dust. Effective edge cleaning, low profile drop, and a 3-meter hose reach. And it says, don't worry, it's Electrolux. Now it's all wrapped up in polystyrene, but the polystyrene is broken, and when I took delivery of this cleaner, there was a bit of a rattle. So I'm hoping that bit of a rattle was just a cleaning tool or something loose, and not a part of the body that's been broken off. But I'm videoing this live, it's sealed up, and we will see, won't we? Right, I've never seen packaging like this, all polystyrene but wrapped up in a plastic bag. This is how it would have come off the production line at the end in the factory. I assume this is a Luton, Bedfordshire machine, made in the UK. So I'll get my trusty scissors around the box. Now this is all I could see of the picture when I bought this, so I'm not even sure what colour it is. And I'm not sure if I've got it up the right way either. Come on, why is it not opening? Ah, let's need to snip this. And the other side. It's up, I've opened it upside down. What a shame. Should have done it the other way, but never mind. Here it is. So far it looks okay. Right, let's take out the handle. Oh, what colour is it? Is it black? I'm not sure. This is the handle, so let's just snip this tape off and we'll be able to judge the colour a bit better. I'm having to do this in artificial light, unfortunately. It's a bit of a dark day. Oh, it is a blue. Oh, that's lovely. It's a very, very deep blue. I mean, it is almost black, that, but I think it is blue. So there is the handle. That's probably the only assembly I have to do. It's a big screw on the back. Here's Electrolux's 2-in-1 tool. Slightly different to the butterfly tool, which I do prefer. But you've got 2 holes here. So you put the nozzle end, the tube end, into there, to use it as an upholstery nozzle. To use it as a dusting tool, you put the tool in that end and you've got this dusting tool. So it's not as nice as the old butterfly tool that would have been on like the Electrolux 600 series, and many Electrolux cylinders had that 2-in-1 tool, but it's okay. That fits on board. I think that way up, yes, there we go. So that's that, and there you've got the top hook that the top part of the cable wraps around. So there's the handle. Yes, it is a very, I'm sure it's a blue. It's very hard to tell, but it's a very, very deep blue. And of course you've got the royal crest. By appointment to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, suppliers of suction cleaners and floor polishers, Electrolux Limited, Luton Beds. There we go, so that bit's fine. So fingers crossed that the rest of it will be okay. Right, I'll just have to... Right. Ooh, there's a smell emitting, but it's quite a pleasant smell. Let's just lay you down there and have a look at this. Now, that might be what I heard. It's like you even got a spare belt, look. Unusual. You don't normally get spare belt vacuums made today. There we go, spare belt. That's good. This, well, this is what I can smell, but I think it's aged. I'm not sure. No, I think that's perished. Whatever's inside there, it doesn't feel doesn't feel quite right. But it is Electrolux Gardenia air freshener, an air freshener sachet specially formulated for use with your Electrolux vacuum cleaner. For use, carefully remove sachet from protective outer wrapping and insert in the receptacle or filter pocket provided within the dust bag compartment. Note: refer to the user instructions for use, handbook provided with your cleaner for correct positioning of the sachet. Do not place air freshener loose in dust bag compartment. It just feels like it's all in bits. I don't think it should have been, but anyway, this is an old model. It's been stored for many years, so that's probably gone by the by, but you probably can't buy those anymore. Never mind. Here's a funny colour dust bag. Gosh, two spare dust bags. And it's sort of a fabric material, fleecy type material, quite a thin fleece, nothing like the sort of Miele fleece that's 7 layers. This looks like it's only a couple of layers. Well, it's a lot better than a paper bag, quite strong. Still got a cardboard collar, and you've got your little doobry down there for sealing onto the bag fill tube inside the machine. Right, let's turn this machine over, shall we? Ooh, what was that noise? Just trying to get everything out without causing any damage. Let's take out all the paperwork. We'll look at that in a minute. Oh, it's a handsome machine, it is. Careful. Ah, and it has got, there is a proper switch. I believe earlier versions of this, you just had to put your foot either side of the cleaner head to recline the handle, but apparently that was prone to failing. So this is actually a proper button. Oh, it looks fantastic. Look at that. Well, so far, there's that noise again. Something is rattling about in here. I'm not really sure. Is it blue or is it a very... I still can't tell. It's because it's quite a dark day and I've got the lights on. I'm not really sure what colour that is. How do you get into this? Oh. It's very well made compared to machines you buy now. Oh, that's... Phew. That's the thing that I could hear rattling about. It's just the Premotor filter. That's the post motor there. This is the pre-motor. So that, obviously at the factory, they were rushing to get out. Probably wanting to go down to the pub or watch the local Luton football team, whoever they are, watch them playing. And they just dumped it in. So that's in properly now, and there's the bag in place. Well, it seems very well. I'm very pleased with this. Ah, maybe we'll get a rough idea of the date. There is one of those date wheel things on. No, but there's no arrow, so I don't know when it was made. It's made of ABS plastic anyway. I'll show you the serial number. So if any kind person who knows more about Electrolux cleaners than I do, if they can tell me when this was manufactured, that would be useful. So there we have it. Let's just move the bolts to one side. I'm surprised at the length of cable with this, 9 metres, that's pretty good. And it's got a nice fitted plug, so it postdates, sorry, whenever the year it was when fitted plugs were introduced. Again, if anyone can tell me, I could look it up on Google. If anyone knows what year, what date a law was passed that every appliance in the UK had to have one of these plugs fitted. Because I remember buying vacuum cleaners and having to buy a separate plug and fitting it myself. Right. It is a very smart looking vacuum cleaner. Now I do remember seeing another video, I think it was Alex. He's got a similar model to this, an earlier version, and he did say about the carry handle, which is here. That's also the bottom cord hook, so you don't wind the wind the cord around the top and it winds around. He did say that I wouldn't trust that. That is a bit flimsy. I'm not going to carry the machine by that. It doesn't seem, the plastic is quite thin there. That should have been made a bit thicker. So in order to prevent any breakages, I will not carry the machine by that. Let's have a look at the rating plate. So here's the rating plate. Yes, made in Britain, Electrolux mod Z1495, product number 9060210, serial number 412-02678. When was that manufactured then, please? 1000 watt max, 900 watt NOM. So I'm in handheld mode now, might as well stay. It's a little bit dusty, as I'd expect, but a little bit of factory dust or storage dust I can just rub off, no problem. So here's the back of the machine while we're here. Let me just put the machine upright. Seems a quite very solid vacuum cleaner. Here we've got the back with a long crevice tool. You can get that out there. That's a nice long crevice tool, about 30 centimetres that. It's a tube, and judging by the weight of it, there's a tube inside it. Ah yes. Ooh. Skews the rug. So there we go. 2 tubes, your crevice tool, and of course, when the handle's attached, we've got the 2-in-1 dusting and upholstery nozzle. Here's the hose with a see-through elbow, so if it gets blocked you can see if it gets blocked there. And a nice shaped hand grip. I think these would have been, the competition these cleaners would have had would have been probably the Turbo Power 2s. But judging by my experience of Turbo Power 2s, although they're good solid machines, this seems better designed really. I like the way that can be angled downwards, so it shouldn't topple over if you pull the machine. That's good. So I will do a full review of this at some point and see how far it will get up the stairs. Not sure if it's a stair cleaning hose. At the front here I've got a horrible big sticker which I will remove but I'll keep, and it says about the carpet setting: lift base or floor when changing floor type. For the best dust collection, the adjustment, I'm trying to read this through my viewfinder, I'll bypass that. There we go. For the best dust collection, the adjustment knob should be set to suit the length of the carpet strands. If the setting is too low, the cleaner will be hard to push and will fill up with carpet fluff. Always set to tools before using auxiliary tools. Do not allow the cleaning head to run over the mains cable. So lift the base off the floor. So yes, again I remember seeing in Alex's video, it was hard to turn this. Oh, well, mine isn't. Oh, perhaps I've changed it. I know on some vacuums, before you change the height of them, they always said tilt it back to raise it off the wheels to make it easier. But this one, no, it's fine. In fact, I think it is raised off the floor. Yes, it is raised off the floor in the upright position, so when I put it into the working position, I think it would lower down. I'm going to try and do this with one hand. Yes, so it does. When you recline the handle, the nozzle goes down, and when you put the handle in the upright position, it is raised up. You can still put it on the tool setting, but it makes no difference because it doesn't change the height of the nozzle. You've got a little clean air filter. Oh no, that's the bag check indicator, I think. That'll light up if there's a blockage or the bag's full. This is obviously the exhaust vent. Another little ESP logo. Oh, up here you've got your on-off switch, and doesn't move very much at all. Minimum up to maximum power. Right, let's have a look underneath. So here's the brush roll. No beta bars. Electrolux didn't really go in for beta bars much. I do remember though, my mum had a 502 which had one row of brushes. Well, it was one long strip of brushes and one short strip, and then it had one long beta bar and one short, and they were plastic. But not all models had that beating action, some were just all brushes. Now these are just brushes and they're not too bad. Not soft, not too stiff, and they're sort of, oh shut up children, some nasty little children outside. It's school holidays, I hate school holidays. In my day, kids stayed indoors and played video games. Now they're out playing in the street. It's ridiculous, but never mind. Right, so there. What about edge cleaning? Well, this side, no chance, matey boy. Not very good at all. And this side, you've got a bit of a brush. A bit of a brush, but no. And of course, what most upright cleaners have, a bit where the belt goes, so there's no brushing action there at all, and that would produce my line of shame. Some cleaners don't do that, but that one will. When I do my demo in a few weeks and run the machine forward and back over my bag of filth, we will see whether this cleaner produces the line of shame or not. It's quite a narrow nozzle opening actually, far narrower than say you'd get on a Tuva Turbo 2. Whether that will be good or not, whether it means it concentrates suction more, maybe it'll make it harder to push, I don't know. Proof of the pudding will be in the vacuuming, as they say. Here you've got the wheel carriage, which obviously moves up and down according to the setting of the dial. And what's this? Oh, what's that mean? Hook under? It says hook under. I don't know what that's referring to. I'll have to check the instructions, but these screws look huge. 4 big, robust looking screws. Obviously need to remove to gain access to the brush roll and the belt for replacing the belt. Right, got all the muck on this carpet. I'll have to vacuum that up. I don't know what I'll do, what I'll use to do it with. What's this? Guarantee going to Leicester House, Leicester Street, Bedworth, Nuneaton. So is there any dates on this to give me any clues? No, mentions the Data Protection Act though. 1984, so obviously it's later than, I know it's later than 1984, I'm sure it is. Here's a separate service instruction. So that shows you how to remove the base plate and get access to the belt, and you've got your end caps on your brush roll there. Before you call for a service engineer, please check the following. Giving some tips for an upright and a cylinder cleaner. Again, recommending you don't use shake and vac type materials. Service centres. And here we go. Airstream 1000 upright cleaner instructions for use. Printed on recycled paper. I thought it was. So, there's an awful lot to read there. Just show you about fitting a plug. But that is not necessary, of course. And here we go, just showing you all the bits. Basically everything I've shown you on the machine. Floor type selector. Using your cleaner. Oh, I haven't got shoes like that. I wonder if you have to have high heel shoes to operate. Don't know if it says. I have to dig some out. It might be alright with normal flat shoes. Hopefully. So there we go. Clean air filter. Removing the dust bag cover. Changing the filters. I'm assuming, I know you can get bags. I'm assuming you can get filters still for this. And then a bit about using the cleaning tools. Blockages, showing you how to release the hose. And that's it. Any dates? Well, it's got 1994, so it's sometime after 1994, so, you know, is that 20 years? That is 20 years. Or is it 30? I'm no good at maths. It's 20, isn't it? 94 to, yes, it's 20 years. So this cleaner is possibly around 20 years old, 18 to 20 years, I would say, that this vacuum came off the production line. Right, I'm going to assemble the handle now. Right, so all I have to do now is slide the handle onto the main body and do up the screw. Now where's my screwdriver? There we go. So, looks like I just have to slide it on. Hang on, first thing, let's take the hose out the way. Fits on very like the Turbo Power 2 handle really, the way you slide it on. That's it. Don't want to force anything. Hang on, let me just make sure that's undone. No, let's just pull that out again. Let's take that off just so I can see better. Just doesn't want to push all the way home. It's been waiting a long time in its box to be assembled, this vacuum. And it's now thinking, no, no, put me back. I want to go back into my safe polystyrene womb. Have to put some welly into it, I think. Excuse me. No, that's not going to do it. Right. I'll just pause for a moment and have a bit of a fiddle. Right, I've tightened the screw. I couldn't push it any further on, but when I tightened the screw up, I think it should be flush. Yes, there we go. More or less. So there we have it. It's a very smart looking vacuum cleaner. Not too heavy. Certainly feels a good quality plastic as well. I would say this is better. The quality of the plastic seems better than the Hoover uprights that I had experience of when this machine would have been a current production model. It's got a nice satisfying knock about it. Let's wrap up the cord. All 9 meters, was it, I said? It's obviously because it's been stored away. The cord is going to be a bit tangled in time. That will eventually go nice and smooth. Anyway, I'm not going to bother wrapping all that up for you. I'm just going to turn it on briefly, just clean a quick part of this rug that I've opened the machine on because it's bits of polystyrene, and then my full review will follow in a few weeks. Okay, a moment of truth. I'm going to press this and hopefully this old girl will spring into life. Sounds okay, nice smooth running. Let's have a quick feel of the suction. I'll start it off on full power initially. I wonder if it has a slow start up, I'm not sure. Not bad, not as powerful as some vacuums you buy today, but for the sort of mid-90s, I think, when this would have been out in the stores, for an upright, that's not bad. And the uprights with tools attached, well, you know, obviously they're very, very common now. Most uprights do have cleaning tools attached, even the very cheap supermarket ones. But, you know, in the early 90s, mid-90s, it was a newer feature. This is a stretch hose, but again in my full review we'll see how far it actually stretches up the stairs. I'm not sure if it's a... no, I don't think it's going to reach right up the stairs somehow. But I like the way it all fits together. I like the way the tools fit on the back. They're very neat. Yeah, so all in all, it's a very nicely put together vacuum cleaner. Oh, you nearly saw some mess. No, that's just my toolbox. This room is in an absolute tip at the moment, so I'm trying to keep the camera where you can't see the pigsty. But isn't that a nice looking vacuum? I still can't judge the colour. I think it could be a dark grey now. I'm looking at it again. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'm off all day, so hopefully it'll be a bit brighter. I'll be able to see what colour it is. But whatever colour it is, it's nice. And very, very shiny. Right, I'm just going to do a quick going over, not a full test, just a quick back and forth, just to judge its performance briefly. And of course I will be back with a full review for you. Okie dokie. Let's pick up these bits of polystyrene. Shouldn't be a challenge for any vacuum cleaner. We'll have it on full power. Oh no, I'll just turn it down slightly, I think. Shouldn't need the full power for this. I decided to open up the air freshener package, obviously reducing its value now of this vacuum cleaner dramatically because I've opened this. You could probably, I don't know if you can get these still, I'll have to have a look, probably not. And it wasn't broken. I was quite surprised to see this tea bag type thing full of fragrant granules, and there's nowhere specifically, well they do tell you in the instructions where to put it, but there isn't a specific holder like the sort of 80s and some of the 90s Hoover cleaners had the round air freshener that actually had a specific place to put it. This actually fits. Here's the bag door. The instructions tell you to place the air freshener here. I assume it means there. I don't think it means there. I could put it there, I suppose, but then no, I think it goes there. It does say on the left side. And then when you put the bag door on, obviously there's the exhaust vent where the warm air exhausts out of the machine, so the warm air will pass through the filter. Not the filter, well yes, it passes through the filter and then it will pass through that little sachet of fragrant granules. And the smell will come out of here, and to be quite honest, it's a little bit overpowering, this gardenia scent. It's giving me a bit of a headache. You can't beat, for me, the classic Hoover fragrances of Orchard Blossom, Spring Bouquet and Summer Meadow. They were the three main ones, and of course there was Tobacco Clear. All those fragrances really take me back many, many years, as a lot of smells often do, don't they? You smell something and you instantly transported. But because I never had Electrolux cleaners in my youth, the smell of this gardenia doesn't bring any memories back. It's quite overpowering, but I might as well leave it in. I'm sure the smell, although very strong at the moment, will fade with use. So that is the air freshener. Not quite built in, and with no adjustable dial or lever or anything like you got on some of the Hoover cleaners. You could adjust the fragrance, although I found that didn't really work. But anyway, it's better than the smell of stale old dog, isn't it, that you can sometimes get from a vacuum cleaner. So there we have it, the Electrolux Airstream 1000 Varipower Upright Bagged Vacuum Cleaner with ESP. First impressions, it seems well made, it's quiet, performs satisfactorily, grooms the carpet nicely, it's fairly easy to push. It was easy to push on the normal setting. I did turn it to the setting 1 lower and it was a bit harder to push there, but not too bad. It's a little short for me as well, the height of the machine, but it seems well put together. And for the time, I think this would have been a fairly upmarket model when it was originally available. Certainly not a budget cleaner by any means. But yeah, I'm pleased to have it. It's another Electrolux, and I really bypassed Electroluxes for many years. I didn't have anything to do with Electrolux, so it's all new to me, discovering new Electrolux vacuums. So that's very good. If you want to see more, and why wouldn't you? Some people do, but if you don't subscribe. But if you want to see more, please subscribe, and you'll be kept up to date of any new uploads. I upload now 3 times a week, on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday. Friday uploads tends to be the videos I've made myself. They're either unboxing or demo videos. And on a Monday and a Wednesday, to keep you interested, I upload other videos like home shopping demonstrations and TV ads and all sorts of things, all related to the humble vacuum cleaner. So for me, Roger, it's goodbye, and I'll see you soon.